Good morning or afternoon, everybody. Okay, so we're going to start off by just talking about this card for a moment. So this came up in my last reading. A lot of you didn't actually watch it, so you may want to go back and watch it. I did it on Sunday, so that's Aussie time. So for others of you, that will have been on Saturday. Now, this card came up and I mentioned three's a crowd. We had two masculines and a feminine here. That's still the case. There are still scenarios where that's what's going on. And I do feel it's actually more of a 5D thing rather than a 3D thing. Sometimes the storylines that play out in the 5D are actually quite different to what's going on down here. Okay, but there, yeah, I just got concurrent. The word concurrent just came into my head. Okay, but what I wanted to say about this was that I was meditating last night and I was told that this actually what Jesus wanted me to say, and I missed it because I was quite manic and distracted by all the birds and the ducks. What he wanted me to remember was the beautiful passage from the Bible, when 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I'm with them. So it's about the power of prayer. And then he reminded me again this morning, actually, because a song popped into my head that I don't think of very often at all. It is a song actually that reminds me of a soul that I'm still connected to who is no longer here actually in the physical, my brother. And it's from a movie called An American Tale. And the part that came to me was, I'll just go from the beginning. Somewhere out there, beneath the pale moonlight, someone's thinking of me and loving me tonight. Somewhere out there, someone's saying a prayer. And I'm just going to stop there because that was where the penny dropped. Someone's saying a prayer. And then he was basically saying to me, Jesus, I should say, was saying to me that 2 people, 2 or 3, but really I'm getting 2 because you remember in that reading I kept saying 2. The number 2 kept coming up. There were 2 ducks, two kookaburras, 2 of the same bird. And I kept noticing 2 things on the card as well. 2 people need to say the same prayer. And this is not exclusive to romantic love. This could apply to siblings. This could apply to, a mother and daughter, a father and daughter. This could apply to even just, 2 souls that maybe, for example, one's on the other side, one's crossed over. But there are 2 souls that are yearning to be closer to each other. And they both need to say the same prayer. That's the message that I keep getting. 2 people need to say the same prayer in order for there to be a reunion. Okay, and that's as far as I'd gone. I don't know what else I'm going to do. So why don't we go with you? Because that was the card that I was drawn to. They have been blessed and shuffled. All right, 1, 2, 3. What do we want to say to them today? I really, really hope that this message is just something that uplifts you for the day. I feel like there's a lot of people around me at the moment that are kind of meh, just, not feeling it. So I'm all I want, if I can choose, although it's not my choice, is it? Yeah, it's the same with Reiki. You can't choose where the energy goes. All you are is a conduit. But if I could choose, I would want a message that was going to really uplift you for the rest of the day. All right, let's see how we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You know what? That didn't feel quite right, so we'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. Please go on back. Watch that last reading because this is a card I just spoke about. This card kept coming up in that reading and I kept saying all I can see is these 2 things. I think they're fairies. It doesn't even matter. And I said in the reading, I don't know what they are. Don't know, don't care is what I said. It's just that I kept seeing 2 of them. So there's a confirmation. If you haven't seen that, and again, look, what do we have here? We've got 2. Yeah, 2, I'm going to say 2 timelines. Well, there you go. Yes, concurrent. There's something going on up there and something going on down here. Sometimes they're different. But yeah, it's 2. That's the duality that we're talking about here. Okay, let's get 3 more, please. All right, we'll leave you there. All right, 1, 2, 3. I didn't even warm up my voice before I did that. I should have. Sorry about that. You got me cold. 1, 2, 3. Do you not want to play anymore? Well, this one came up as well last reading, and I did say when it's time to get out of the trenches, it's time to get out of the trenches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is connected to that reading then. No distractions though. We've got no birds in here. Although we did hear some at the start of it. Oh, what? And there he is again. Again, he came up in the last reading. And I said his heart is on fire. And look, they're on fire. There are two souls, okay? And their hearts are on fire for each other. It doesn't have to be romantic. It really doesn't. And I'm just noticing that fire there as well. I know it's a candle, but yeah, well, there's fire in the candle, isn't it? And I just said somewhere underneath the pale moonlight, someone's thinking of you. Oh, sorry, someone's thinking of me and loving me tonight. Yeah, okay. So, but what do you want me to say about that? Well, that's a Holy Spirit's fire. And 2, do you see the 2 chairs? Is that it? Do we just call this reading 2 and we're done? Also 2 messengers. There's 2 birds in that reading. 2 cups of tea. 2 people, two people really need to sit together. Is that it? Because I'm not getting any other messages though. I usually harp on quite a bit, don't I? And I just feel like, I mean, if this finds you, and I know my readings don't find very many people because I see it. I see the stats, I see how many people have even seen it in their feed. Not very many. YouTube doesn't like me. That's fine. But if it does get to you, I'm saying, I'm going to assume there's something in here for you. But I guess my question, and this is a question I have to the universe now. I mean, even if you do go and say a prayer, I was told, sorry, I just remembered. Yes, okay, that's why it's popped up. I was told that the prayer has to be said from the heart or it won't work. It has to be felt from the heart, a heartfelt prayer. There are also two children here. So for some, it will also be souls that want to come and join you. Not necessarily that you have to birth them. Maybe even just children that want to be in your presence, in your life. There's so many different ways it could apply. But the prayer has to come from the heart was another thing that I was told. I just forgot about it. I love how they remind me because I do sometimes have a mind like a sieve and I need a lot of help. Now, what else do we want to say? Is there anything? I'm not getting anything more from here, so we'll move on. We will move on. But what about the other person? Because I feel like the message I'm saying is it's got to be you and it's got to be the other person. But we can't really control what another person does. Or can we? I don't know. Control wouldn't be the word. Influence? 1, 2, 3. What advice do you have for my viewer then? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And okay, I actually did just hear something. I did just hear very clearly, you do your part and we'll take care of the rest. I did, okay. You do your part and we'll take care of the rest. So maybe if you're watching this, you're the one who needs to get the fire started. You might need to get the party started, okay? And then that will get transmitted, okay? And that will fire up the other person, okay? So, oh my gosh, look what just landed on the bottom. Love. Now, we all know this is the Taj Mahal. This is a beautiful romantic story. So yes, for some, it is actually going to be about love. I did talk recently as well about a nest, about a masculine who's looking at finding a way to prepare a nest for a feminine. I talked about that beautiful bowerbird. And, that's quite a nest that he prepared for his beloved. All right, 1, 2, 3. Let's get 3 more. 1. Oh, or not. We go with it. What's this? Healing and bites. Look at that. I mean, that's fire right there. That is fire. It's a giant ball of fire. What do you want to say about that? Because I'm actually drawn to the choppy waters underneath as well. Yeah, I'm drawn to that. I'm drawn to the choppy waters. There's something sublime about it. It doesn't feel safe. It does not feel safe. And what you actually need to heal in this instance is your need for things to feel safe. To feel like you know exactly, you are not the director here. In this instance, you're not the director of this show. You're not. You got to go with that flow. And it is a bit of a scary flow. And look, it's fallen right next to that river as well, okay? I'm getting rapid. Rapid is the word. I'm getting rapid. You got to go, expansion. It is for your expansion. And anything that's for your expansion is going to feel scary. It is. But that fear is not an indication that it's not where you're meant to go. I'm drawn to this as well. That light there. There's a lot of power in this reading. A lot of power. I've just noticed one thing too. I've never noticed before. Two of roses. This is the two of cups in this deck. Two. I said two. Yeah. Okay. All right. There is definitely a lot of love, as in romantic love energy, but it doesn't have to be. There are other energies. I cannot pretend I'm not seeing those kids. I am. This is a world of very blended families as well, I want to say. I've seen some very beautiful blended families actually recently. Sometimes, children can come into your life in all sorts of ways. And it's the people who say yes to that rapid current. It's the people who say yes and jump in that do expand. All right. Didn't I just say there's a lot of power in this reading? I do believe I did. Rewind. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let's get 3 more. 1, 2. Oh, purification. There's a lot of cards here. Purification, healing. Yeah, purification is painful. Look, when I started my journey, I was told we are purifying your lineage, is what I was told. I had no idea how painful the journey was going to be. I didn't know, because courage. And I said, you got to go with the flow. Thank you. They just basically underlining everything I've said, which is lovely. Yes, I didn't know purification was so painful. It is. It's not a pleasant process. It has to hurt if it's to heal. Deliberation. Well, yeah. There is, you know what? In the past, I've channeled this card differently. Yeah, don't lose your focus, I want to say, because what's under... well, I saw it, actually, a moment ago, but I won't bring it up. If it comes up again, I'll talk about it. Deliberation. Sorry, can you see that? In the past, I've talked about, somebody being quite wise and taking their time. That's not the message I'm getting right now, because the river is rapid. The river is rapid, and I felt it. I really did. It is time to jump in. Too much deliberation, you may miss your spot. And that river's just going to keep flowing regardless. Okay, it's not going to stop for you. Somebody needs to hear that. It's not going to stop for you. Don't overthink things. Oh, yes, I was told this morning there's a masculine who is just... hyper-focused on all the little details. And they kind of showed me this tiny writing, like really tiny writing, and then somebody looking at that tiny writing through a magnifying glass. Don't do that. For one, that just sucks the joy out of life too, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we are kind of meant to have some fun here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, I'll remind you again of the last reading where I said it's actually the animal side of you that you should be listening to more now rather than that human. Boundaries, somebody really feels like it's a monumental task to go where they want to go. It's all a matter of perspective, If you just jump in, focus. I did say, yeah, just focus. Transformation, yes, that came up last reading as well. Somebody is being transformed, and it is for your transformation. That's why this whole thing has happened. It's a whole different level of truth you are experiencing now. You thought you kind of knew it. I'm not going to say you thought you knew it all, but you thought you had a pretty good grasp on reality, and your reality is just completely bending all over the place now, smashing through the boundaries of your reality, and it's happened for a reason. Follow the calling. What else do I want to say? When I say that, I mean... that calling, the moonlight, there it is again, beneath the pale moonlight. Someone's saying a prayer. The person you're thinking of is also thinking of you. That is 100% true. 1, 2, 3. What you going to do? What you going to do about it? If you overthink it too much, it's like what I was going to say is it's like when you jump in the water, right? You just got to jump in. It's not going to change its temperature to appease you. You can either do it slowly and painfully or just jump in. And, it's uncomfortable initially. And then you're like, oh, I'm so glad I'm in now. All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Abundance. Grounded. I will say that's not for you. Sorry, that's just for me. That's to remind me, because I'm just like, do I go to Uluru or do I not? I'm deciding between different. They keep telling me to go there. Fine, I'll go. But this is what came out. Abundance. What's underneath it? Freedom. Wow. We probably will end it there. Actually, I was talking about freedom last time. This card came up as well, and I said it's time to get out of the trenches. You want to be here. But yeah, he needs to, metaphorically speaking, disclaimer, he needs to jump. He does. Because that's where your abundance lies. And it is, I mean, everyone talks about abundance. You know, people talk about it to death now. So I don't feel like I really need to go there too much more. But it really is just an abundance of everything. Freedom. Just, look, it's the feeling of going to bed at night and there's nothing niggling at you. There's nothing keeping you up. There's no feeling of, you know what, I'm compromising here. You know, I'm maintaining the status quo, but I'm not lying next to the person I wish I was lying next to, you know, or I'm not sort of pushing shit upstream, you know, or whatever it means for you. There's not that niggling feeling of something bothering you. You haven't got those trifling concerns that a lot of people live with. You don't need them. He doesn't even have a backpack on anymore. I've spoken about keeping your backpack light. He doesn't even have one anymore. And a lot of that really is to do with the people that you say yes to and the people that you say no to. I feel like that's all I want to say. Yeah, it's about the people you say yes to and the people you say no to. Okay. I hope I don't regret closing this off because, no, I'm so sorry. I can't close it off. I can't. I was going to, but it doesn't feel right to close it off. So, all right. Okay. What else do you want to say? 1, 2, 3. I'll go to Uluru. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope I get another thunderstorm. The last time I went to Uluru, there was a thunderstorm, actually. What was it? What's this? Is that all you want to say? Again with the moonlight. That's 3. 3 moons have come out in this reading. I'm telling you. Go and listen to that song. What's it called? Somewhere Out There. Is it by Peebo Bryson? And I don't know. From a movie, a kid's movie called An American Tale. Yeah. It's true. There's someone thinking of you. And there's Archangel Raphael. And I did say it's got to come from the heart. Yeah, it's got to come from your heart space. If you both say the same prayer from the heart space, it's done. It is done. Okay. Now, when you say a prayer from the heart, by the way, it's much more vulnerable than when you, there you go. Why did I say the word like that? That really wants to be emphasized. When you say a prayer from the heart, you're much more vulnerable. Okay. So it's about vulnerability. That's what this is about. 1, 2, 3. And you have to lead the way if you're listening to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we might be done, though. I think we might be done. King of Swords there. That's the overthinker, by the way. 1, 2, 3. That's the one that's thinking this thing to death. Hope you're not really thinking it to death, meaning that you'll actually destroy the connection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On track. Hilarion. That track thing, though, that's, I don't think I should say it. Sorry, you know what? I won't, because that's a personal message for me. I was shown a trend with a very specific message, but I won't go there. No, I won't. If it wants to come up in another reading, it'll come up next reading. Sorry, just let that go. Remember, sometimes they got to talk to me as well, because I don't do tarot readings anymore. Very rarely for myself. 2 worlds. I just said to you earlier, there are 2 worlds. There's what goes on in the 5th dimension and there's what goes on down here, is exactly what I said. And they're running concurrently. Sometimes they're a bit different. Is that it from this deck? Is it? 1, 2, 3. Is it? I don't know. 1. I'm feeling unsure. 2, 3. That's not good. 4. Hang on. Someone's ringing me. Go away. 1, 2. The Akashic. No. You know what? It's my cue to leave. And I don't like leaving this in such a messy way. Do you know what? I'm going to say a little prayer. Okay. Please, universe. 1, 2, 3. Can you give him 3 uplifting cards and then we'll end this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, that's pretty uplifting. That's Jupiter. That's the lucky planet. Okay. I want to say, look where it's fallen under, by the way. Boundaries. Yes, it is time to break out of your boundaries and expand. And think of it as an exciting thing, not a curse. And that is the truth. It's God's honest truth, yeah? Expand your version of truth. Yes, okay. I will go and book it this weekend. Jesus. Okay. Transcending. Yeah, it's all pretty much the same message, isn't it? Love it. Okay. I think you might need to go and rewatch this a couple of times because there's a lot in there. I do hope it uplifts you. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.